England 4, Ukraine 0. What a performance from England. They were absolutely magnificent today. Harry Kane finally woke up. He had a pretty uneventful tournament so far. He didn't look like himself, but I think that last goal, that goal that he scored against Germany, I think that revived him a little bit, and he looked completely different. He looked like his old self today. Finally, like the Harry Kane that England actually needs. They need a top scorer, a top striker, a top Harry Kane in order to win this tournament. And he showed up. He showed up. I think Jadon Sancho and Mount, the two additions in midfield as well behind Harry Kane, they probably helped a lot. You know, Sterling has been sensational throughout the tournament. Again today, he was very good. He was very important as well. He didn't score, but he certainly looked lively, and he propelled England forward. Sancho, I could say same thing about Jadon Sancho. Actually, I mean, he's just like a different player. You know, I think that given what we've seen today from him, what we saw today from him, I think he needs to start. You know, I think actually the lineup, and I said this before the game in the preview. I think this lineup and this tactic, this formation, I think this is pretty much ideal for England. I wouldn't really make many changes. Perhaps I would change a player here and there going into the tie against Denmark, because that's midweek and that's before the big final. And I think England has the quality to go through. Obviously, you can't make too many changes. You can't make too many changes because Denmark, we've seen Denmark play great football today at times. I mean, they're a dangerous side, and it's not going to be easy. I mean, England always suffers, you know. So it's going to be a battle against Denmark, but maybe I would make at most, I would make a couple of changes just to rest some players if someone's particularly fatigued, because if they reach the final, I mean, they're going to need that energy. They're going to need their players to be in good form. With that being said, I would certainly keep this formation. I think it worked perfectly. I think it works very well for the kind of players that England has, the talent that they have. I think 4-2-3-1 is probably the ideal tactic for them. Yes, you can adjust here and there depending on your opponent, depending on the situation, but I think that should be their go-to tactic, especially because they've performed remarkably well today, and you only have two more games to go. So I think that's definitely the way to go for them. And I think these players also perform particularly well. I think they should be the players that should be on the pitch come, I think, Wednesday in the game against Denmark. Harry Maguire, also terrific performance. I was happy to see Henderson. I like Henderson, especially when he plays for Liverpool. Liverpool's captain. He used to captain England, I think. Remarkable player, and he I believe he had never scored a goal, an international goal with England, and he got his today as well. I would have liked to see Sancho score, perhaps. I think his performance certainly deserved a goal. I mean, he was fantastic going forward, and he made England looked very dangerous up front. I mean, Sterling could have scored as well. But overall, I mean, this is a 4-0 win for England. It was just a terrific performance. Harry Kane, most importantly, two things. The two key things are, one thing, they were able to keep a clean sheet again. So that's 5 matches in the European Championship finals without conceding a goal. Jordan Pickford, again, I said in the preview, I think he's the weakest of the 11. I think if England has a true weakness, I think it's in the goalkeeping position. He's not terrible, but he's not a great goalkeeper. You know, we've seen it again and again with Everton. I mean, he has bad days, but with that being said, he's been pretty good, except for today. I think he had a pretty good tournament so far. Today, he was perhaps lucky not to concede a goal, because even when England was so strong and dominating, And the defense was so composed. Jordan Pickford, you saw him make like a couple or two or three mistakes, and he looked unsettled. Specifically when he comes out of the box and he tries to intervene and he completely miskicks the ball, that could easily have been a goal. And after that, he looked very unsettled. But obviously, you're not. First of all, there's no real good alternative to Pickford, and also you're not going to change Pickford midway through the tournament. I mean, that would be especially when they win 4-0 against Ukraine and they're coming from 5 clean sheets. That would be crazy. So, but he can look a little bit unsettled at times and be a little bit unpredictable. Other than that, I mean, they all performed remarkably well. I think, again, Jadon Sancho was fantastic. Raheem Sterling was fantastic again. The two central midfielders were good. Henderson was good when he came on. He scored as well. Harry Kane, terrific. Well, not terrific, but he had a very good performance, scoring 2 goals, which is what he needed. He needed those goals, that confidence. He has 3 goals now in the tournament going into the semifinals. Harry Maguire was again imperial in defense and scored an important goal. He can score goals for England in set pieces, which adds value to Maguire as well. But the man of the match, in my opinion, was actually Luke Shaw. I mean, he was fantastic. Again, I mean, he's risen as really one of the best left backs in the world at the moment. I think. I mean, Mourinho must be upset because he targeted Luke Shaw and he continues to target Luke Shaw, but that's a complete misfire because he's become a fantastic player. And I didn't know that Luke Shaw was going to start, would be the starting left back in this tournament. I was guessing it would probably be Chilwell, given that he was started with Chelsea, who just won the European Championship. But I think Southgate, given what we've been seeing, I mean, Southgate has made the right choice. Actually, I got to give it to Southgate because Shaw is looking just fantastic as left back. I mean, again, he got 1 or 2 assists. I think he got 1 assist, but he just looked not only composed in defense, which is ultimately the most important thing, but he really adds an added dimension to England's attack, and he can provide good assists. So fantastic Luke Shaw, I would say man of the match, if not Harry Kane with the 2 goals, and that's really the key performance for England because they're going to need Harry Kane going forward against Denmark. And if they're able to get past Denmark, the final against either Spain or Italy, it's going to be a fantastic game. So, well, thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you guys for the semifinal games.